Hey guys, it's Fanatic Guide, and I don't want this video to get too lengthy. And with the announcement of the Note 8 coming soon, I wanted to make a video on the Note 7, even though I already made another video on the Note 7 back in October when Samsung discontinued it. I'll leave a link to it. And to get started, the Note 7 would have been the best phone of 2016 if it hadn't continuously blown up, incinerated a Jeep down to the frame, and done some other crazy stuff. Even though, on the comments of my other Note 7 video, somebody said the Note 7 is not the only exploding phone. That there have been several cases of an S7 and of S7s and S7 edges exploding. So, in other words, the Note 7 is not the only exploding phone. And so basically how the Note 7 was, it came like packed with a whole ton of features. I don't want to sound like some sort of schoolgirl, which I'm not a schoolgirl. I don't want to sound like a complete asshole in this video. So, it came packed with a whole ton of features, like 64 gigs of hard drive space, with micro SD card expansion space, The 64 gigs was larger than the 32 gigs in the S7 Edge and S7. It also came with the same camera in the S7, and even better, in my opinion, the S Pen is improved like a lot. I can't even describe it because too much to describe. Basically, anything else. The phone is water resistant, IP68 certified, and so is the S Pen. The Note 7 also came with USB Type-C, the first of any Samsung phone, and also came with enhanced security, such as iris scanning, which I don't know which of any of these of those front sensors is the iris scanner. And basically remembering it got like tons of rave reviews until news came out that it started exploding, and the Department of Homeland Security banned it from going on airplanes turned on, so that all Note 7 owners had to turn their devices completely off while they were traveling on an airplane. So, in other words, nobody was allowed to go on public transportation with their devices on. And some other news. A guy with a Note 7 that only had it for like 4 days, as in less than a week, had their phone charging, and it exploded and incinerated their vehicle down to the frame. No, that sounds asinine, but true statement. And then, shortly after Samsung issued a recall, and then they issued replacement devices. Those started exploding. And then Samsung's like, okay, we're calling quits. We're just going to discontinue it. And then when I made the video on it, I found out that the Note 7 is not the only exploding phone. And I'm like, it's like S7, S7 Edge. There were even reports of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus exploding. Thank God my 7 Plus didn't explode. And then that Apple was investigating the 7 Plus explosions and 7 explosions, and like, I was surprised Samsung didn't issue a recall on the S7 and S7 Edge. And then Samsung started investigating the causes of the Note 7 explosions. They're like, only Note 7. They were like omitting the S7 and S7 Edge. They're like completely not aware those devices were exploding. And then their conclusion to the investigation was faulty batteries. So then, now, they're doing 8-point battery safety inspections on all of the devices with lithium-ion batteries. And going back to when the Note 7 was actually around, had a 3500 milliamp battery, 100 milliamps smaller than the one in the S7 Edge, which is kind of surprising to me anyway. I'm going to be right back for 1 second. Need to go to the bathroom. Pretty soon I have to go. And some additional things. With the Note 7 recall, a lot of people, including myself, were skeptical about the Note brand and whether it would return. And Samsung was like, we're keeping the Note brand even after the Note 7. And also, the majority of Note 7s have been returned, and those that haven't were bricked. So, those of you that still have your Note 7s, you better return them before your house burns down. And so, yeah. Please make sure to rate, comment, subscribe for more videos, and ignore that sound. And take into note that the Note 8 is coming tomorrow. It'll be pretty exciting. And I stand corrected. The dual cameras will not be in vertical but horizontal, and the fingerprint scanner will be in the same awkward position as the S8.